Hey there guys, this is Chris again with Kentucky Outdoors and Reloading. I just want to bring you another video again today. It's probably not going to be very interesting. I hope it is, but I've got a couple more shotguns that I just want to bring out and talk about a little bit. A couple more guns that's pretty near and dear to my heart. I could not find out a lot of information about these guns, and again, maybe I just don't know where to look for it, or not aware of how to look it up. I'm not sure. I felt like I tried my best to find out as much information as I could, and looked where I thought I needed to be looking. But if you guys recognize or know anything about these two shotguns and have got some information on it, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you know about them, or where you found out some information, and I would greatly appreciate it, and maybe our viewers would too. First off, I want to say thank you to each and every one that has stopped and watched the video, subscribed, liked a video, or shared a video. This week I hit over 50 subscribers, and I really do appreciate that. That means a lot to me, and what little short time that I've been doing this and a few videos that I've put out, to have that many subscribers already, to me, means a lot. And some people may think, oh, well, that's not that many or whatever, but it is to me. It means something to me. Excuse me. But I really appreciate that. Thank you, each and every one of you. And hopefully we can keep bringing some content that you all enjoy or find entertaining. And hopefully somebody out there is learning a little bit of something. I'm learning a little bit as I'm doing this and going forward with it. So hopefully we're all learning a little bit of something. So let me get the camera turned around here and show you these shotguns, and we'll talk briefly about them and show you what I got here. Hang tight. Okay guys, we're back, and I've got you turned around looking at these two old shotguns. And again, these were a couple of shotguns that belonged to one of my grandfathers. These belong to my mother's father. In the previous video, I showed a Remington 1148 that was his, and talked about him liking to go squirrel hunting and maybe a little rabbit hunting. But these were both his shotguns. That 1148 I said was the first shotgun I ever shot, and was a 16 gauge. This was the second shotgun I ever shot, and it's also a 16 gauge. Both of these shotguns are single shot, and we'll talk real quick about the one in the back here. This is the one I have the least amount of information on. And again, if somebody knows anything about this old shotgun and can give me more insight on it, I would greatly appreciate it. It is stamped on the side of the gun there that it is a Springfield Arms Company, Chicopee Falls, Massachusetts, USA. It's pretty faded. I don't know that I can get a picture of it, but I will try to show that to you. The barrel and lug is a forged one piece, and it has a WAPT on the underneath side of the barrel there. I never could find out what that meant. Excuse me. This was supposed to be an economy grade gun, and from 1928 to 1920 time frame, or excuse me, 1928 through 1929 time frame, J. Stevens Arms Company changed the name on their lower priced line from Riverside Arms Company to Springfield Arms Company. In 1929, Springfield number 94 was to have the barrel and lug forged in one piece. The other Springfield Arms Company single do not mention this in 1929 through 1946. In 1947, Savage consolidated all of their arms making at their Stevens factory in Chicopee Falls, Massachusetts, and the old Savage factory in New York went to making appliances and other products for post-World War II housing boom. So that was the information that I could find on that old shotgun. Like I said, it wasn't much. So with it saying the barrel and lug forged one piece, and it says that right on the barrel, and with the information that I found from 28 to 29, Springfield number 94 was to have the barrel and lug forged in one piece. I'm assuming that this gun was made in 1928 or 1929. And I don't know that that is correct, but it kind of seems like that lines up with the information there. It's a nice looking gun. Of course, they're, like those other ones that I showed, they're not in mint condition, but they're used. They're not in terrible condition. I I like the look of this old shotgun. I just like the old wood on it, and the patina starting to show up on the barrel and things. But something that belonged to your grandfather, and being a young boy, that you look up to your grandfathers and great grandfathers, and being interested in something like they were with firearms or pocket knives or fishing or anything like that, they're priceless to you, and these are to me. So I'm assuming that that gun was made between 28 and 29, which it mentioned uh, Savage owning Stevens during that time. And to kind of jump forward to this shotgun now, I found some information where it talked about Savage purchasing Stevens. Savage bought Stevens in 1920. So that kind of coincides with what this was saying about this particular shotgun, with it 28 and 29 time frame, and then later on in 47 that Savage consolidated their arms making at the Stevens factory in Chicopee Falls, Massachusetts. But let's jump up here to this guy now. That is and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. I'm just reading it how old Kentucky hillbilly boy would. A Belknap, Belknap. And again, I pronounce that Belknap shotgun. It's a single shot. It's a model B63E, and it was made in, it's stamped Louisville, Kentucky. 16 gauge, 2 3/4 inch chamber. Belknap was a company that was based out of Louisville, Kentucky. They were a hardware distributor, and they were in business from 1840. Yes, 1840. That's before the Civil War. 1840 to 1986. And they were like a Sears and Roebuck or an Ace Hardware or something of that nature. Back in the day, the readings that I came across, that Belknap was a big supplier for hardware and hand tools, and was a huge competitor to Sears and Roebuck. And Belknap was just like Sears and Roebuck and many other companies. They purchased firearms from firearms manufacturers and had their name put on it. Kind of like the that old 22 that I was showing, that J.C. Higgins Sears and Roebuck 22. It's actually a Savage rifle, and this is also made by Savage. It's a Savage model 940E, single shot breakdown, hammer fired 940E was part of the Stevens line from 1934 to 1984. That's a pretty long run for a production model. Stevens made the Belknap firearms, and Savage bought Stevens in 1920. The barrel stamp on it's pretty small and poorly stamped. I can't really read it that well, so I really don't know the year. That's really all I've got on that gun. The stampings that I found on there, I can see a 4-9, and it's either a 3, a B, or an 8, and it's like inside an oval. I can make out the 4-9 pretty well, but that last digit, 3, B, or 8, I just can't make it out. It's not clear enough for me. It's not stamped very well, and I don't know if that's a date code on it or what that number signifies. But and another thing that I also found was a Savage Model 947 that looked very similar to that gun and was described a lot like that shotgun. But what information I found on the Savage 940E kind of makes me feel like this gun is the same gun as that 940E. And there again, I could be wrong. I really don't know. That's all I have on those two shotguns. Let me try and see if I can get that one in the back picked up to the camera and show you that Springfield stamp on there. I just thought that was kind of cool to have something that stamped the Springfield Arms Company. But and again, that was made by Stevens. So let me see if I can get this guy up here for you. Yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna. I don't think the light's gonna be good enough for you all to really see that. You can kind of see a little bit right there. Well, you can kind of see some there if I can get it in the light just right. Well, anyway, let me set this guy back down here, and you can kind of see breaks open, locks up pretty solid. But like I said, they're probably not the prettiest guns and the most popular gun, but I wouldn't take nothing for them. I love them to death, and just like anybody else, just because they belong to my grandpa, that means the world to me. And they're priceless as far as I'm concerned. But let's turn this back around here, and we'll go ahead and close this video out. Hang tight. So just again, guys, just a real quick video, just talking about these old shotguns and kind of taking a break from the reloading just a little bit. But I enjoyed kind of looking up the history on those other two shotguns, and then on these two, I'm still going to try to dig around a little bit more and see if I can find out some more information on these two. I really always thought that old Belknap was kind of neat just because it said Louisville, Kentucky on it. For the longest time, I thought that shotgun was made in Louisville, Kentucky, you know. But come to find out, it's that hardware company was just like most other stores. They contacted a firearm manufacturer and say, "Hey, will you make me a firearm and put our name on it?" So it's still pretty neat. We'll try to find out some more information about it, and if I find anything out that's really odd or rare or really interesting, I'll bring it back out and I'll bring it to your guys' attention and tell you about it. But I think hopefully the next video, I would like to probably get the old 222 back out again and load up a couple of those rounds with that Sierra bullet and that Nosler bullet just to confirm those loads, and maybe tinker around with those two just a little bit more, and then possibly load up a different load with I think I've got a 40 grain Hornady VMAX over there that we can load up, try that out, new bullet, maybe a totally new powder, and just keep playing with it and plinking around with it and seeing what we can get that gun to shoot good. It seems like we're on a pretty good roll, I think, anyway. I know we've not had like super tight bench rest accuracy out of the thing, but I think for that old of a rifle and just working up some loads real quick, I think we've done pretty well with it. I'm happy with it. So we'll probably get back on the 222 in the next series or the next video. And I don't know that I'll show much reloading. I think we've covered that pretty well. Might just get a quick overview of it again, just real quick. Maybe not even any talking like the one in video there that we did. But we'll get a little bit of range footage and probably more so just back here at the bench talking about our groups and the loads and what worked, what didn't work. So thanks for tuning in. Thank you again to the subscribers and all the likes and comments. They are greatly appreciated. Truly, truly appreciated. Y'all have a good weekend. Thank you. God bless.